GenSaf's spokesperson is Simon Docherty. I'm very glad to say he's up on his feet, ready, and we're looking at this camera over here. Okay. And sadly, I'm not quite as tall as you are. So, give us your elevator pitch, Simon.
Okay. GenSaf is a unique joint venture biotech company combining patented nanoparticle technology of SciSaf with the extensive knowledge and experience of animal health sector, particularly in the areas of immunology and vaccinology of AFBI. Most current veterinary vaccines need to be kept refrigerated before being given to animals in multiple inoculations. But our product, GenSafe, which we'll market using a licensing model, is a revolutionary veterinary vaccine delivery system which removes the need for cold chain storage and distribution and will deliver next generation vaccine products which can be given as a single shot, saving time and money for farmers, vets, distributors and the pharmaceutical companies themselves. And removal of the cold chain requirements also provides the opportunity for improved market penetration into developing countries where refrigerated logistics may simply not exist. Ultimately, GenSaf will revolutionise livestock vaccine design, improving effectiveness, economy and market uptake, but ultimately animal health and welfare, food safety and food security.
Well done. That's very good. That was good, wasn't it? So how long have you and your team been working on this?
We initially, I'm a veterinary surgeon that's based at AFBI, and we've been working with SciSaf now for probably a year, 18 months, and really it was probably back in the early part of this year that we really decided that this was something that we really wanted to commercialise for the animal health sector.
How important is the fact that it doesn't need to be refrigerated? Great tie, by the way. It's got a rather nice cow on it.
It's a huge impact. I mean, certainly the cost is probably around about 15 to 20% of vaccine manufacturing costs is tied up in cold chain. But I mean, even just from the point of view of the safety and the logistics and the efficacy of the product, if having a stable platform is really, really important.
How quickly could you get this into production?
Well, because we're using a licensing model, it's ultimately going to be to the pharmaceutical companies to come up with the final products. But we're at a stage now where we've done some initial proof of concept work. We want to do a little bit more before we then go to full commercialization. But we already, because of the knowledge base that we have at AFBI, we've already got good contacts with some of the big veterinary pharmaceutical companies. In
a word or two, what are you looking for tonight?
The 25k award has just been an absolutely fantastic experience for us. It's given us some really good timelines, got our business plan, really forced us to get our ideas together. I mean, really what we're looking for at this stage then is for somebody to look at coming on board and helping us to go through the next stage of our product development.
Well done. You never know, there might be someone here tonight. And Roisin is here, the lovely Roisin, back from Australia. And it's great to see you. And there's your £500. Well done. Thank you. Now, table 7 means that I am with protective devices. And the spokesperson is Alan Clark. Alan, give us your elevator pitch.
Okay, well, the survival of military pilots really depends on the survival equipment available to them after they eject from the aircraft. Our product is a glove product that enables the pilot to wear the glove right throughout the flight when he doesn't really need it, with a lot of comfort. When he does need it after he ejects, it provides a chemical barrier against chemical warfare agents, I guess, should that situation arise.
What's been the difficulty up to now? I mean, what have you had to deal with to produce this for a different scenario, perhaps, of chemical warfare?
Well, we've been working, I work in the Polymer Processing Research Centre at Queen's, and we've been working in this area actually for about 13 years now. So we knew the problems with chemical barrier materials, and that was the big thing, was the comfort factor. When you wear these gloves, for example, out of conventional materials, sweat builds up, moisture builds up due to sweat, leading to comfort problems and also skin conditions. So we kind of knew what we had to do, and we developed the compact material, which was able to cope with the moisture buildup.
So where do you go from here, Alan?
Home.
That's not the right answer, actually.
Well, we have developed a production process in the lab. We can produce about 20 pairs of gloves. We have undergone a 3-year program with the Eurofighter and Joint Strike Fighter programs. So we are awaiting the results of that. It should be towards the end of the year. After that, we're looking for strategic partners, wherever they may be, to produce the product for us.
So you say after that, but I mean, if there happened to be one that popped up tonight, you wouldn't beat them off?
Oh, absolutely not. No, if there's anybody that can manufacture gloves, come and see me.
Okay, Alan, thanks very much indeed. Here's your £500. Congratulations. Thank you. Hi, nice to see you. Right, so BMT, this is table 3, and Yanis Salamea is going to do the elevator pitch. I think your camera's over there, sir, and off you go.
Good evening, everyone. Plastic bottles blowing industry is going through a period of change where companies are seeking to reduce the material in the packaging in general, and in plastic bottles in particular, and also they're trying to make it more efficient their production. Typical companies in this field would be Coke or Avian, and this kind of company, they have turnovers of 6 billion euros a year. However, the difficulty and the limitations in their understanding of certain parameter measurements in the process limits their chance of making production more efficient, and therefore they're losing basically money. They're losing up to 5 million per year for companies who blow 1 to 2 billion bottles a year, or turnover of 1 to 2 billion. So blow molding technologies is providing a patented analysis temperature device that will measure the material input of this process, enabling the companies to reduce the material used in their packaging in the bottles, and also enable them to become more versatile with regards to manufacturing, therefore adopting new designs and new technologies, really. Well done.
Now, blowing a plastic bottle, it's a bit like glass blowing, really, is it? But on a kind of massive scale.
Yes, it is. It is very similar, and it's a lot quicker. It can blow up to 60, 70,000 bottles per hour. So imagine raining an hour of that, you'll get a lot of scrap. So you have to be very precise.
So what you're suggesting then, is it more environmentally friendly in that there's less waste? You said can save them money as well and produce a better product?
It's a huge impact. Imagine your Coke bottle has some 36 grams, and you can reduce that by 2 grams. Multiply that by 2 billion, and you'll realize how much weight of plastic you reduce from the field, the landfill, also from the processing stream. So you reduce not only material, which is very difficult to recycle, but also energy associated with it.
Okay. Well, good luck, and thank you for explaining that so well. And there's your £500. Thank you. Now we're over here with Lewis Fertility, and I'm going to speak to Sheena Lewis, and I think we're around there. I'll come over here, Sheena. So give us your elevator pitch.
We have developed a brand new test for male infertility. 1 in 6 couples suffers from infertility during their childbearing years, and it's a problem which is increasing all the time. It's increasing about 5% per year across Europe. It's worth about £5 billion per year. Most of it is in the private sector. And at the moment, there are very few tests for male fertility, just a very standard counting the number of sperm, how well they're moving, what they look like. But none of that actually diagnoses male fertility, nor does it tell you how well the couple is going to succeed with fertility treatment. So we've developed a new molecular test looking at sperm DNA, quantifying the actual damage in the DNA of sperm, and from that we're able to predict how well the couple will succeed. At the moment, there are 3 different treatments you can have, A, B, and C, and usually couples go from A to B to C, which wastes money and wastes time, and time is very valuable, especially for the female partner. So now we're going to be able to predict which treatment they should have, and that will save time, money, and heartache for the couples.
So at what stage is this? You say you've developed this. I mean, are you going to produce it? Is somebody else going to produce it? Are you going to license it? Where are you now?
It's market ready. We're already selling to clinics, and we're providing a service in the spin-out company from Queen's. But it's although we want to keep the skills in Northern Ireland, it's a global market.
And are you unique in your field? Do you have rivals who are snapping at your heels in this one?
We have the best test. There's no doubt about that at the moment. Yes, we do have competitors, but we have the edge.
Couldn't put it better than that. Well done. Sheena, congratulations. There's your £500. Thank you very much indeed. So, warfarin intelligent alerts is next. Hello, Peter. This is Peter Began, who's going to do the elevator pitch. Are we up there? Yep. No, over here. Okay, sorry. I'm just confusing you. Sorry about that. Sorry, right. So give us your elevator pitch, Peter.
Hello, I'm Peter Began, Chief Designer at Intelligent Alerts Incorporated. We design software-based alerts which warn doctors instantly about critical blood results in their patients. These alerts are based on lab results which require urgent action. They're generated automatically by computer 24 hours a day and provide additional guidance on what to maximise the benefits of therapy. These alerts can be applied to any lab test anywhere in the world. Our first alert focuses on warfarin. In the UK, approximately 1 million people take warfarin every day. Only 30% of these people are getting the full benefit of their therapy. Intelligent alerts maximise the benefits of warfarin therapy by spotting critical warfarin levels quickly, alerting doctors instantly by email or text message, and providing additional information as well as guidance on what to do. This keeps patients safe, out of hospital, and reduces healthcare costs. Thank you.
Well, that's so if something goes wrong, if you have a patient who's taking warfarin and your alert system is being used, the doctor gets a text message to say you need to get down and see Sammy pretty quickly.
Yes, we can get the information that the doctor needs to treat the patient to him in less than 10 seconds, whereas the traditional process that's currently in place would take a minimum of 20 minutes and possibly up to 2 hours or more.
And that presumably can be a critical time.
Yes, better information means better decisions, and the sooner we can get the information to the clinician, the quicker they can make a meaningful intervention.
Was this something that came from medical requests? Is it something that there's pressure from the medics to have a better system?
Yes, warfarin has been the subject of a National Patient Safety Alert since 2007, and while the alert doesn't address this aspect of our solution, we believe this complements the existing NPSA alert.
So what are you looking for from tonight then, Peter?
Exposure. We need investment, and we think this is a good opportunity to raise the profile of our project, which we believe is a local need, a regional priority, and a national and international requirement.
Thanks very much indeed. Good luck tonight. There's your £500. Thank you. You can relax now. Hi there. I've got with me now, sorry about that noise, it was just passing the speakers there, Neil Buchanan, who's from the Flish team. So, Neil, time for your elevator pitch. Off you go.
Okay, well, the Flish is a flat satellite dish. And what it can do is it can get you satellite broadband anywhere in the world. So wherever you are, if you're on the seas, if you're flying in the air, you can get satellite broadband. And the secret behind the Flish is it knows where the satellite is. You don't need to point it. Now that's a major improvement in satellite dish technology. Now if you imagine if you're a roving news reporter out in a war zone and you need to set up your satellite dish to get your pictures back to base. Now with the current technology, how many times are you going to get shot at before you've got your satellite dish lined up to the satellite? So with a Flish, all you have to do, take it out, switch it on, instant broadband. And we hope to compete in the satellite broadband antenna industry. We estimate that industry is worth £1 billion.
Now, this isn't just for my colleagues who are out in Libya covering war zones, or Coletta Smith, who's with us tonight here, who's just over there, in fact, who spends half her life juggling with satellite dishes just to get radio sound, never mind television. But it could be in a tile on the roof of our homes.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of different applications. There currently, I mean, if you take a country like Africa, 95% of Africa doesn't have any broadband. There's a huge need to get that infrastructure into those countries. But also, I'm sort of stealing this a bit from Hugh's speech earlier, but we would like to become the Microsoft of the satellite dish. So instead of seeing a satellite dish, you see a flish, and that could be a tile on your roof or a little tile that you hang on the wall. No installation, just hang it up, switch it on, instant satellite TV and broadband.
It sounds like a frightfully good idea, the kind of thing that you would say to yourself, why did nobody think about that before? I mean, did it come in a blinding flash, or have you been working in this for years?
Well, no, we've been working in this for actually nearly 10 years on and off. And I mean, the reason why it hasn't been done before is because it's not easy. And, you know, if it was easy, everybody else would have done it. So it is a very difficult problem, and we feel we've found a solution to that problem now.
So what are you looking for from tonight?
Well, from tonight, as I say, we need more investment. We need to take this further. And I mean, sort of my vision is in about a year's time to have something that actually works with a real satellite. So that's really the way we'd like to move forward.
Well, look, good luck tonight, and thanks very much for explaining that so well. And there's your £500.
Thank you.
Thank you. Going round the long way here. Regina Craft. Now that's Peter O'Hare is going to tell us about this. Here's your elevator pitch moment, Peter.
Okay, so my name's Peter O'Hare and I'm from Regenegraft, and we're a startup company from the School of Engineering at the University of Ulster. So we have developed a synthetic artificial heart valve replacement for the treatment of heart disease. So heart disease, or heart valve disease specifically, is the malfunction of a heart valve due to congenital defect, calcification, or some other form of disease. And often surgical intervention is the only course of treatment. The two types of surgical implant replacements are mechanical replacement, mechanical valves, which have many mechanical parts and are prone to mechanical failure, or bioprosthetic valves, which are sourced from animal, and as a result there's a small chance of immunorejection, and there's also problems with long-term implants. So what we have is a synthetic heart valve replacement that actively encourages new heart valve tissue formation. So what is the benefit of that? Well, there's a reduced chance of calcification. It means a reduced need for anticoagulants. And similarly, it can be implanted using the most advanced, minimally invasive techniques, so you don't need to have open heart surgery. And as such, there's less risk for the patient, and there's also much benefit for the health service provider where the patient isn't in the hospital for a longer period of time.
So at what stage are you with this at the moment? Well,
we're now at the advanced prototyping stage, and we're really looking for investment to actually boost us onto the advanced prototyping stage. We have some customer interest, and we're looking to build upon that. We have a good relationship with a couple of potential customers, and we're really listening, as you said, we're really listening to what they want. We're trying to incorporate it into our own patent technology.
What do you see as the market for this?
Okay, so we're really looking at the minimally invasive transcatheter market, which basically can treat high-risk patients or very young patients. It can also it can basically be used ubiquitously across the heart implant or the heart valve replacement market, but it's a highly lucrative market. It's worth $6 billion annually, and that's basically where we're aiming for initially.
And what are you aiming for tonight?
We're aiming for some interesting investment, some exposure, and we're also looking for advisors and mentors within the medical device industry that might want to sit in our scientific and medical advisory board.
Good luck. Let's hope you get at least some of that tonight, and there's your £500 to get you started. Thanks very much, Peter. Hello, Chris. This is Chris Allen, who's from Extremagen. Could be a bit of a challenge here with the microphone situation, but we'll see how we do. So it's time for your elevator pitch. Off you go.
Okay. In the pharmaceutical, fine chemical, agrochemical and biofuel industries today, there's a real technological breakthrough that's occurred. It's called biocatalysis. And biocatalysis allows companies to basically take very cheap starting materials and convert them into high value compounds that they can then use for their processes. It's been estimated by 2020 that these industries could be incorporating biocatalysis in about 33% of their products. And we've identified that there's a real bottleneck at the moment. There's a real shortage of new biocatalysts, and therefore we endeavoured at Queen's to develop a new bespoke type of technology that would allow the rapid development and delivery of new biocatalysts for our customers. We feel as though we've been successful in this, and we are now in the process of trying to develop that customer base and expand the company. Our business plan is such that we believe we will break even on our investment by the end of year 3, with a potential sell point for the company within 5 years.
What sort of products are you talking about? I mean, it's enzymes, really, is it, that you're kind of producing, and then they're used for something else? Sorry, I got a bit lost there, sorry.
No, that's okay. Enzymes are based, yes, you're right. I mean, biocatalysts are enzymes. Enzymes are found in all cells, but a biocatalyst is really an enzyme that's being used to make something of value. It's as simple as that, really. It applies to an industrial process.
And it can be all sorts of different industrial processes?
Yes, that's the great thing about it, is we can help companies, as I say, from pharmaceuticals, fine chemicals, agrochemicals, across the globe, from a range of different sectors. This really is an exploding technology area. Most people haven't heard of it, but I predict that within 10 years, everybody is going to have heard of it.
So what are you looking for from tonight, and where do you go from here?
We are, obviously, like everybody else has said, we're looking for investment, of course. We're looking for about £750,000 potentially in our business plan. But also, we are looking for the exposure. We are looking for the contacts with people in the biotech industry, in the clean technology industry, and general input from anybody who feels they can help us.
Chris, good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed for that. And I can't give you 750,000, but that's 500 quid off it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good start anyway.
Thank you. Now, we move on to table 12, and just turned over one page too many. We'll have to bring in a new invention for that. Clinical Communicator is your product, Paul, and Paul Moutre is doing the elevator pitch for this. Away you go, Paul.
Hi, thanks very much. The main cause of clinical incidents in the hospital is due to communication failure. We're in 2011 and we're using pagers, notebooks, faxes, which is a very inefficient way to prioritize if someone's having a heart attack or needs a blood test. So we have developed a better solution, which is a clinical intranet, which helps facilitate collaboration between doctors and nurses. So it's not just doctor-patient communication, it's doctor-doctor communication and doctor-nurse communication. And we've also introduced it on a cloud platform, which means it is easier to set up. You don't need any installation, and also it uses smartphones, which a lot of doctors carry already. And we feel that there's a need globally, and we're developing this locally with Altna Gelfin, Citric, and Invest NI. And we feel there's a global need for this, and we hope to develop it further in the next 6 months.
Well, we would hear quite often on my programme and others about people who are in hospital whose details kind of go astray, or things don't get passed on from one person to another. Would this stop that?
Yes, I mean, collaboration has been recognised in other industries, and basically we want to introduce it into healthcare so that we're not using notebooks, and it means that you're relying on doctors randomly coming to the ward. It doesn't work for the doctors, doesn't work for the nurses, and doesn't work for the patients. So it means that you're improving communication by reducing unnecessary communication, and also allows prioritization. And there's also an activity feed and an audit trail, so you can, trace the activities better.
Well, that's interesting. You say there's an audit trail, so there's a kind of it's like that's the equivalent of a paper trail in a cloud, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that a lot of medical negligence claims come down to he said this, she said that, and there's no record of it. So there is a record in a paper notebook, which is then put in the bin. So it's easier to put it online, and it helps facilitate communication whenever there's one doctor covering 4 wards, where nurses are based in one ward and the doctors, covering multiple sites.
So where are you with this? I mean, how close are you to getting this, into a ward near me?
Well, we have been awarded a place in the Bio-Entrepreneur Programme with Citric, and so we'll be doing that next week. It's ready to go at the minute, and we're working with Professor Fee and the Development Design Programme with Invest NI to redevelop it over the next 6 months.
So what we're looking for at the moment is money and mentoring, like everyone else, and we are applying for investment and to take it forward.
Well, good luck tonight. Well done with that. And I'm afraid I can only invest £500 of the Northern Ireland Science Park and the Bank of Ireland's money, but good luck and thank you very much indeed. Hello. And last but definitely not least, Oncotech. And Mohammed El Tanani is going to do the elevator pitch. Away you go.
The problem, every year we have diagnosed 11 million people worldwide have cancer. 40% of this patient develop metastasis. Patient with breast and other human common cancer not die from primary tumor, but die from a tumor spread, what is called cancer metastasis. Currently, there are no diagnostic assay to identify the patients with high risk to develop metastasis to treat them with a proper treatment strategy. We have developed a unique test which can predict in very early stage, before the metastasis occurred, the patient is likely to develop metastasis. This test could be used in every single person diagnosed with cancer, such as breast and lung cancers. We will also be able to make anti-metastatic drugs, which we badly needed for the patient have metastasis, allowing us to save more life in the future. Thank you.
Well, that's good if it does what it says. And does it make a difference that you're developing this here in Northern Ireland? Are you working with the Northern Ireland Cancer Centre? And it's kind of smallish place.
No, a smallish place, but as a matter of fact, we have a very good biobank, which is very important for this kind of research to validate any biomarker or any pro-metastatic molecular or cancer-developed genes. And we tested our biomarker in 700 tissue with a good facilities in CCRCP.
So what stage are you at with this at the moment, Mohammed?
We validated this unique biomarker in about 700 human, including breast cancer, triple negative, and also lung cancer. We are now ready for to convert it to commercial product.
And tonight, you two perhaps are looking for investors. What else?
Of course, I'm looking for investors, but really tonight I learned a lot from this scheme, in particular like myself in work in the lab and in the hospital much of the time. First time to me to exposure for the business people, I learned a lot from them, and I'm looking for investors to start our spin company.
Well, good luck, and thanks very much indeed for that. And there's the first £500, so thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's our 10 finalists for the 2011 25K Awards.